2023. Today we are diving right in. If you really want freedom from food controlling your life, then today's episode is for you. Because the only habit that you need to change is to stop doing current habits that are keeping you from changing your future. Today we are diving in to how your mind has been hijacked by habits. Let's go.
Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsay Nickel, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it so you can start living your best life as your best self.
So I want to start today's episode by just quickly sharing with you a personal story and my relationship and struggle with my eating disorder, and challenging you today as you enter a new year to really get clear with yourself and own your story. Friend, if you want your future, if you want your year to be different than past years, you have to stop thinking. That's right. The only habit you need to stop doing this year is to think. Okay, Lindsay, so what do you mean by this? Well, in my story, in my recovery journey, in my need and desire to find freedom, to break the freaking chains of my eating disorder and my unhealthy relationship with food, I would continue to believe that I could just be motivated, or I could start a new year off with having great intentions and to start incorporating healthier habits, like putting myself first and focusing on self-care. And I knew all these things, and friend, I'm sure you do too, but habits don't work. The only reason I have a healthy relationship with my food and body today is because I stopped giving my brain the power to make excuses. I stopped thinking. Habits don't work because we get so excited and we can't stick to them. We overthink, which allows us to talk most of ourselves out of what it is we're trying to start doing in the first place. And so what I've come to talk to you about today is, in order to escape your habits, these unhealthy habits that you have been doing in your life, and try to find that true freedom. Like, if you're here and you've been listening to this podcast and you're like, I really want freedom, Lindsay. I want freedom from food controlling my life. I want to stop hating myself. I want to start loving my body. I just don't feel like that's for me. I'm here to tell you that the only habit that you need to stop doing this year in order to change your future is you need to stop thinking, allowing your brain to think for you, because that's what's gotten you into these unhealthy habits in the first place. Okay? And when I say habits don't work, I'm not necessarily meaning like they don't work, right? Because we're here because of unhealthy habits. But what happens is that our habits, okay, develop these rigid routines over time. And even research shows that these routines can happen and these habits can continue regardless of our desire or willpower to want to change them. Have you ever noticed you experience certain things in your life that you really don't want to do, but you're sitting there doing them? And maybe you can relate to this with eating disorder behaviors or disordered eating behaviors, or just life in general. Like, I want to get up early tomorrow. Every ounce of me wants that. I truly want it. But when it comes to doing it, it just doesn't happen. That habit is so hard. Why is it so hard? You want to stop purging. You want to stop binging. You want to stop restricting. You have motivation, and the new year is great for this, right? You want to stop doing these things, and so you pile on more healthier behaviors because you think that that's what you need to stop doing these unhealthy things. But in reality, you need to stop believing that motivation is going to last. Motivation is a feeling, friend. Feelings are fleeting. You need to stop adding to your plate. No pun intended. You need to stop thinking. Your mind has been hijacked by unhealthy habits that have conspired against you over time. And in order to escape these rigid routines, it's not about self-control. If you had self-control, you wouldn't be here in the first place. It's not about creating more habits or newer goals or having more motivation. We overthink, which allows us to talk ourselves out of what it is that we're trying to start doing. And every single new year, 50% of people fail trying to incorporate a new healthy habit. 50%. It's not a matter of needing more information or bigger goals, or maybe you were like her, you could get over this issue in your life, or you could create a better life for yourself. It's not about having more learning or knowing more or needing more help here or more support, or maybe you're just meant to be this way. It's not about any of that. The fact of the matter is, you are still here. You are listening to me today because you have enough information, if you're honest. You know the right things to do, but why is it that you still can't apply them to your life right now? The difference that I see with women that I coach that stick to bettering their life, that stick to creating a life free from eating disorder behaviors, that experience that peace with their body and peace with their food, is not ones that don't experience moments of weakness, right? Recovery is not linear, and I certainly will be doing an episode on that. The ones that experience that freedom, I'm talking about the break the chains freedom. I never thought that this was going to be my life. Friend, I'm speaking to you. I was so trapped in a nightmare in my own body, and I wanted to do anything to get out. But the truth of the matter is I had to stop allowing myself time to think about what I was doing, because every single time I tried to get help for myself, I would talk myself out of it. The difference between the women that I coach that stick to the things that we discuss and practice and have a better life in the future, and the ones that don't, is they don't know how what they're going to get there or how they're going to create a healthier, better life for themselves. They just start. They start. Yes, you need a desire in your heart. You need desire. You need to stop adding things to your plate. You have enough already. And I'm not talking about food. You need to stop believing that you can change your life, because belief, yes, is important. And we talk about how belief is like the number one thing that I talk about, the battle plan that I have for you in my coaching method. But it's not just believing, it's applying as well. And so yes, you have to choose. You have to believe in yourself, but you have to stop believing motivation is going to last. Your mind has been hijacked by bad habits. And in order to escape that hijack, you have to reverse engineer. You need desire, but you need action. You need to stop thinking and you need to start doing. You need a battle plan. You need a system. You need a blueprint. The science truly is you actually need to rewire your brain. Cognitive behavioral therapy, and I won't get into this, but it is something that I have learned, and I practice bits and pieces of these things during coaching with clients. Willpower isn't enough. Motivation isn't enough to change your relationship with food. 43% of habits that we do every single day, we're doing when we're thinking about something different. This is according to the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. Our behaviors that we're doing, we're thinking about something completely different when we're doing those behaviors. Maybe that's why we can't change the behaviors that we're doing. Have you ever wondered, like, you find yourself doing something and you're like, I don't even want to be doing this. I don't even want to be eating this, but it's 1:00 and I need to eat this right now because this is only 100 calories. And if I eat later, then this is not going to, I'm not going to have this. And if I do this, and you struggle in that place of hijacked confusion because your brain has been hijacked. 43% of habits that we do every single day we're doing when we're thinking about something else. This is why rituals of disordered eating are so freaking hard. They're hard to break because even when we so desperately want that in our soul, we have to simplify. What does that mean to actually change something that I am doing and I sometimes don't even know I'm doing it when I've been doing it for so long? So if you really want freedom from control and all of these behaviors in your life, and this year you're looking for something different, something new, and you truly want that for you, I want that for you too. But I will tell you that it's more than just desire. It's more than want. You need that. And yes, you need to believe in yourself, but you need action. You just need to do one simple alteration of behavior that is going to get you to one simple step forward without looking at the overarching picture tomorrow, because that can be super overwhelming. Behaviors get linked together into these routines, which is why we've gotten to this place of negative routines. But when we can create a reversal or a reversal routine with these small, tiny changes of actions, then we can stop doing what we've been doing for so long. We can replace it. We can change it. We can propel ourselves forward. We can literally recover. We can save ourselves from ourselves. Stop adding to your plate. Stop giving your brain the power to make excuses. You have to stop thinking. And when I talk about what I did to heal my relationship with food and to really get myself to a place of intuitive eating and listening to my body and stop overly being critical and doing all of these things all the time, but finding that peace and being able to live with intention and purpose and all of that, I had to stop allowing my mind to make choices for me. I had to just start doing things literally before I talked myself out of doing them. And what does this look like? So just kind of giving you an example. If I am working with a client and I have a consult with them, I can see this play out in their mind 9 out of 10 times that I'm on a consult. 120% of them wants to change their life and rewrite their story, truly wants that, wants to escape the madness. But some of them will get off the call and tell me that they need to think about it before working together. And do you know, I already know that the message I'm going to receive from that client is that they thought about it and they're no longer going to pursue coaching. And it really breaks my heart. But it goes back to that choice, that responsibility. You need to stop allowing yourself to think too long and overthink, and you just need to create an action that's going to create another positive action that is going to combat the unhealthy behavior that you've been pursuing that's created that unhealthy habit, that's created that unhealthy routine, right? Because what I can see is this literally play out. I can see them go, I want your help so bad, and I need your help so bad. And I'm ready for that right this second. And when I see a client go, I don't care what I need to do to get to this place, I want to work with you and I want to make this happen, and let's start next week, or let's put a date on the calendar. Those are the clients that it's like, oh my gosh, maybe you get off the phone, right? Because this has happened to me. And you're like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Those are the clients that chose to stop thinking with their mind that is telling them to try to keep them safe, that is telling them you don't need this, or you can do this by yourself. You don't want this in the first place. Well, you showed up to the call. You wanted it, right? You're there for a reason. And I'm there to help you. So often I see people cave and go, I just need to sit with this. I need to think about this. And it's very rare that I have people think about it that then raise their hand again. At least not in that moment, right? Not in that time. It's at a later date when they've had this happen again and they realize again, I need your help and I need your support and I can't do this. And if it's not with me, friend, like, I just want you to get the help and support that you need for your life to better your life, because you deserve that. There's nothing more important than that, okay? Nothing more important than that. Stop believing and stop thinking and stop allowing your brain, who is false, giving you that false sense of security for so long, to sit and talk you out of what it is that you're trying to do and change in the first place. Think about it like from, again, that analogy of waking up in the morning, right? Like, you can literally sit there and the alarm will go off. And if you sit there and you sit there, this refers to Mel Robbins, her 5-second rule that she talks about. It's the same principle. If you sit there and you sit there and you allow yourself to think, you're going to allow yourself to talk yourself out of getting up. Am I right? But if you just get up, oh my gosh, this might not be cool right now, and I might be really annoyed, and I might need 10 cups of coffee, but I'm up, right? And that's how we change the trajectory of our future, is by doing one small alteration of behavior to escape our rigid routine that has been hijacked by these unhealthy habits of destruction. So for today's episode, I really just wanted to tell you guys that if there's anything that you're embracing for the new year, I want it to be true change for your life. I don't want you to have another year doing the same exact thing, expecting different results, and ending the same way that you ended 2022. You need a little desire in your heart and spark to want to change your future. But then you need to act. Friend, no one got anywhere by thinking about it. No one got anywhere by thinking about it. The only people that got to the other side of the bridge were the people that walked across the bridge. Do you need to put your foot on the bridge? Do you have that desire to make a change? Do you have that desire to completely change the future direction of your life, to where you're not completely obsessing all the time about what you're eating or what you're restricting or what you're not eating or what you should be eating or when you need to be eating it or how many calories are in it? Maybe you have the desire, but you just can't get it right. And I want to challenge you today. It's not something that you need to add. It's not something that you need to start doing. If you really want freedom, the only habit that you need to stop doing right now is to stop thinking and just start doing. You need a desire, but you also need to act. And then at that point, the only other part of that puzzle is a battle plan. Well, sister, I've got that for you. So if you have a sprinkle of desire and you have a dash of action, then I can give you the recipe that you need to help transform your life. Motivation is fleeting. It's a feeling. Feelings change. Feelings come and go. Willpower isn't enough. Even desire won't get you to where you want to be. But if you're ready to escape rigid routines, you need to stop thinking so much. Isn't that refreshing for your new year? It's not a matter of more information or larger goals, or if you had more time, or if you had more resources, or if you had more money. The difference, friend, is to do. So what is one thing that you can do today to stop going down the same path you've been going down? Maybe you need to stop weighing yourself. Maybe you need to stop scrolling Instagram. Maybe you need to stop hanging out with that bad influence, or maybe you need to stop tracking your calories, or maybe you need to call that loved one and tell them what's going on in your life, or maybe you need to make an appointment with that clinician, or maybe you need to go to the doctor, or maybe you need a consult with me for coaching to help you navigate your own personal journey and freedom from disordered eating. Or maybe, sweet friend, you just need to give yourself some grace and permission to eat, permission to not be okay, permission to have a meltdown, permission to journal, permission to get your feelings out, permission to get your thoughts out, permission to start over. What can you stop doing today so that you can allow the new to come in for your new year? In order to change our mind, because it's been hijacked by bad habits that didn't start out bad in the first place, we truly have to link those and reframe those into new, healthy behaviors. What do you need to do today to stop thinking and start doing? I'll leave you with that. Bye for now.
Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.